Okay, so this video is going to help me find an equation written in slope-intercept form if I'm given the y-intercept and I'm given a coordinate. So number 1 says, find the equation of a line given a y-intercept of 0, and I know that y-intercept is represented by the letter B, and the coordinate 5, 2, and I know a coordinate is made up of an x and a y that passes through it. Write your answer in slope-intercept form. Well, I know slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Before I can write this equation, I have to know both the slope and the y-intercept, or I can't write the equation. So I'm going to plug in what I know. I know the y, that came from the coordinates, I'm going to plug in 2. I don't know the m, but I do know the x was 5. And then plus b was 0. Okay, so now I have 2 equals. With multiplication, it does not matter which one comes first, so I'm going to switch it to the 5 being first. And then I have plus 0, which doesn't change the equation, so I don't even need that. So now I have to solve for m. I need to know the slope. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's the one piece of information I needed. So the 5 and the m are being multiplied, and I know that because they're right next to each other. So to be able to get rid of that 5, I need to do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So 2 divided by 5 equals, my 5's cancel here, and I'm left with m. And the good news is we actually could leave our slope as a fraction, so we don't actually have to divide 2 by 5. We can just leave it as a fraction. So now I know my y-intercept and I know my slope. Those are the 2 things I needed to know to write an equation. So now I can write my slope-intercept form, and I can plug those in. And the only thing is, when we have a y-intercept of 0, we do not see it. We don't write it. So this would be our final answer. Okay, let's look at number 2. So number 2 says, find the equation of the line given a y-intercept of -8 and the coordinate 5, 2 that passes through it. So we have the same coordinate we did before. Write your answer in slope-intercept form. So I know I'm going to start out with slope-intercept form. And now, if you're stuck and you're like, I don't know where to start, plug in what you know. I know that y-intercept is b, and I know that a coordinate is an x and a y. So now I'm going to plug in what I know. The y is 2. I don't know the slope. That's what I need to figure out, I guess. The x was 5, and the y-intercept was -8. So instead of plus b, because it's a negative, I'm going to put minus, and then I'm going to plug the b in. Okay. So 2 equals, m times 5 is the same as 5m, and it helps my brain to have the number first. -8. So there are 2 things I need to do to get m by itself. The 5 has to go and the -8 has to go. Get rid of what is not attached to it first. So I'm going to get rid of this -8. To get rid of a -8, I'm going to add 8 to both sides. 2 plus 8 is 10. I didn't touch the 5m, so it comes down. -8 plus 8 cancels out. So now the m's still not by itself. It's being multiplied by a 5. So to get rid of multiplication, I divide. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And I'm left with 2 equals m, because my 5's canceled. So now I have my slope, and I had my y-intercept. So now I just plug them in to slope-intercept form. and I am done.